Hi, I'm Angel, and today I'm here to review the 2018 spy drama Red Sparrow. Sorry. Every time I hear a color in a movie title, I just want to sing the theme song to Goldfinger. It just fits here. Red Sparrow. She's a girl who danced ballet in Russia. Then things went south, and she's now Red Sparrow. Alright, in all seriousness, this movie is directed by Francis Lawrence, and of course, you see Jennifer Lawrence. Is that her father? Anyways, when you see the title Red Sparrow and you see Jennifer Lawrence, I don't know about you, but the first thought in my head was, is this a continuation to the Hunger Games series? Our little Mockingjay is becoming a sparrow now? And funnily enough, it's the same director who directed the Hunger Games movies. He's back for more salacious bird action with J-Law. But if you thought this was the Hunger Games, it's not. Oh, we're gonna get into this movie. Oh, we're gonna get into it. In the spoiler review, we got a few things to cover. This movie, I was constantly teetering between I really like this movie and I hate this movie so much. From one scene to another, you are just taken for a ride, and when you think you figured out what type of movie you're dealing with or what type of plot or intrigue you're dealing with, it throws you for another loop. Okay, this is just ridiculous. Is it? Is this actually really genius and clever? And oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, that's not what they were doing. Okay, this is ridiculous. But I think they're going for this instead, and that might be cool. But no, it just ends up being ridiculous again. So yeah, this movie really does take you on an emotional and mental journey that is somewhat disturbing, unsettling, and not at all what I expected. It's pretty dark. It's pretty triggering. If you're a person who has a sexual abuse history and you're easily triggered by things, avoid this movie at all cost. It is very twisted mentally. There is violence. There is blood. It's visual. If you like the color red, I mean, you'll be well served. There's ballet at the beginning. I was very excited. I thought, oh, we're gonna have some ballet. And the Russian ballet, like, you know, Russians, they kill the game when it comes to this kind of stuff. Precision. They are just so serious and they do things well. It's like it has to be 150% accurate. No smiles. Obviously, you're gonna get something very amazing on stage. But no, let's just say that my dreams of seeing a lot of ballet was shattered in a very loud crack way. You'll see what I mean. Jennifer Lawrence. For some reason, I just love this girl. I really do. Her Russian accent, as a person who doesn't even speak Russian, I could still tell that this was off. But it's okay because everybody speaks English. And the Russians among them speak in English with Russian accents. So you're just led to assume that, okay, they've translated it for us, but they kept the Russian accent so you know that they're speaking in Russian. Some kind of artistic direction, I guess. And I can feel for whoever was in charge of that decision. I don't know if it's the screenwriter or if it's the director. Are we going to write their lines in Russian and have them speak in Russian with subtitles? Or are we just going to have everybody speak English with accents? I've personally been in that situation, writing scripts that have obviously gone nowhere. And I could tell you that I was just torn between the two choices. But they made their choice and they committed to it. But there are scenes where she is, I think, speaking English with Anglophones, Americans, and there you're just kind of like, okay, so we're back to her accent. It's just like, nah, girl. I also do want to commend them for having them speak in a Russian accent and not a British accent, which is something I've mentioned before that a lot of movies do. The moment you have a foreign character speaking in English, like a French person, for example, they have a British accent, just so you know that they're not American. And I always hated that. Jennifer Lawrence gives us body, and body for days. Girl is looking fit, snatched, perfect. Love her body. She is beautiful and owns it here. She's clearly stepping out of her childish Hunger Games character. I mean, it's pretty grown up for a child, but she's clearly here to say, I'm a woman now. I'm a woman. Yes, she is there. She gives us, though, power, strength, nudity and beauty, or should I say beautity. Joel Edgerton is in the movie, and it's an actor that I've never looked at with lustful eyes before, but there's something about his character that just pulls at your heartstrings here. I actually felt myself falling for him. I mean, he clearly doesn't try to. Maybe it's the way they've set him up as this kind of safe place to rest your head on type of guy. I don't know. It just made me want him. And the scenes between him and J-Law are interesting and fun, and there's a lot going on. There's a dynamic there. Whether it's a loving one, I don't know. But it's definitely a captivating one, an interesting one to watch unfold. Now, it's difficult to talk about the characters without giving away too much of the story. Everyone did a good job. Everyone did a fine job, but definitely J-Law carries this movie. Joel also helps to carry the movie. He carries some of the load. And one person that I was struck by who had a memorable performance, I don't know if it's in the best way memorable, but memorable. Charlotte Rampling, who plays the matron, who plays the grande dame of the Sparrow Academy, and she is fierce. Layers upon layers to this woman. Scary. She deserves a spit-off because you want to know, how did this woman become who she is? She gives you Mrs. Trunchbull from Matilda meets Plankton from SpongeBob. Not only is she severe and just rough and kind of crazy and mentally absent, she gives a speech, wow, chilling, yet kind of persuasive. She has that Plankton-like world domination thirst inside of her, but the movie got to me. And then it got me thinking in a way I didn't think I would ever think. And I was uncomfortable, but intrigued. And I'll talk about that in the spoiler segment, because it does spoil a lot. Oh, and that Sparrow Academy, woo, child. You do not want to sign up. It gave me Hogwarts meets Al-Qaeda. Grueling. You've got the weirdest courses. You got puzzle solving, running in the snow, which you would expect. A course on potions and other magical substances that you could use to be a great spy. And then you got your porn courses, S&M courses, mental breakdown trauma courses. What is going on? My jaw dropped often. My brain was often on pause. I was really shocked by a lot of the scenes, disgusted. Almost wanted to just walk away from the movie, but kept wanting to see, where is this going? There has to be rhyme or reason to this. This isn't just Hogwarts School of Mischief and Misery, is it? I'm gonna transition into these spoilers now. Just gonna say, Red Sparrow, do I recommend it? Oh, it's hard to say. If you like a good spy movie, if you like Jennifer Lawrence, you'll like it. It's a lot of her. If you like Russian darkness and sexual deviance, mobster violence, things of this nature, you'll enjoy it. But don't go expecting a clear plot point with clear plot twists. It's very muddled there. Don't go expecting a story that is very transparent and easy to follow. And I mean, no, there's quite a few holes and I've got questions. Maybe I'm just not savvy enough to catch all of the intricacies. Yeah, watch at your own risk. I did enjoy the ending though. I mean, she ended it like a bad batch. Just yes. Wanted her to walk away in heels and a trench coat, just like, I'm done. You get that in spirit though. And then the end, the last scene, predictable but cute. Sequel? I don't know. It would be nice to see Lady Bird and Red Sparrow get together and start a flock. Anyways, it's time for spoilers. So if you're gonna go now, like this video, subscribe to Music Game News, and take care. I'll see you soon, baby.
The spoils.
All right, let's do this. Let's unpack this Red Sparrow's nest. The ballet at the beginning, I was so excited. Ballet, she was killing it. I don't know if it was CGI. They put Jennifer Lawrence's head on some badass girl, but it was amazing. And then the snap that cracked my jaw. Woo, that was violence. That was loud, bone-chilling, really. And it punches you in the face. It was a great, cleverly shot, interestingly created opening sequence. It sets the tone. The dancers in the shower, we never get back to that. What? Question mark. Did that guy jump on her leg on purpose to give that other girl a chance to be ballerina primavera? That's what I understood. And then she found out and they were lovers and it was collusion. And she was like, oh no, not on my watch. I didn't think her cane could split heads though. I mean, how strong does she hit? She's a ballet dancer though. They are pretty strong. Like I said, Jennifer Lawrence, amazing body. But that rape scene though, did we need it? I didn't like it. I didn't want it. Whew. At least it ends with, at least, I know I sound dark right now, but at least it ends with a murder. But I thought that was the end of it. I was like, okay, they gave us the obligatory drama rape scene that seems to be like in all of these kind of movies with women with beautiful bodies. It's like it needs to happen for them to then become furiosa, you know? I don't know. I'm just sick of it. Oh, you think that this is not what this movie's about? If you didn't like that spoon, you're not gonna like the jar that comes with it, but you're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it. And who is this uncle? He's terrible. And he seems to fall into that category of creepy handsy uncle, but even further than that. So we got our drop of incest. That was unpleasant as well. What is wrong with him? Did he want her to be a sparrow so he could just watch her do her thing on camera? What? Ugh. Yuck. Anyways, he deserved the ending that he got. I almost got up and clapped at the reveal. Yes, girl. Yes. Approved. So yes, let's talk about the Academy of Traumas and Horrors. Now, the matron's speech, she was saying the West, they got weak with all their shopping and social media, so the East has got to rise up and squash the world. Girl, please. You need to wake up from 1942. It's behind us. Update your software. So her argument is power will get you world domination. You know, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, she is not too wrong. There is a certain power that comes from mastering one of the world's greatest weapons for mass destruction. Sex. You know, there are academies to train you to be a great weapon. You train your brain to be a great spy. You learn spy techniques. You can learn to use your body through martial arts, karate, jiu-jitsu, or just like fighting and flipping tires. You can learn archery or how to be a great sniper. You can even learn to be a diplomat and use your words as a weapon. That leaves out one of the things that we have all collectively seen take down a nation, and that is sex. Men, I'm saying men because there are a lot of men in power, they are often, if not always, taken down by a sex scandal. It seems like they just can't control that ding-a-ling-a-ling, so if you can ring-a-ding-ding it, you hold the balls of power, pun intended, in your hand. So yeah, this movie did make me go down a dark tunnel of thought. Also, if you can learn to detach yourself from the trauma of sexual violence, so many people in this world can move forward, men and women, because it's almost all too common. And if that trauma can just not be a trauma anymore, you can be free of that burden and you're not going to carry it forward and traumatize other people, be it sexual or violent or just emotionally abusive. I know that there are other ways to get over traumas. I know, therapy, right? But therapy is expensive. So if you could just like turn off the trauma and be desensitized to it, I mean, maybe there's something there. I'm clearly not an advocate for it because I am not the first to sign up for that. No way, no hell, no not. I mean, we all saw what it looked like in that movie, right? Get down on your knees for some psycho to show that it's nothing. It's flesh. Ew, it's bacteria, it's germs, layers of ick, it's power dynamics. And J-Law showed us. She said no. She spread them wings and flew. Yes, I'm a sparrow. Cuckoo! And he deflated-mossed. That boy was put in his place. I'm just saying, I know it's icky, but it's something to talk about. The power in the privies, right? If we could wield those powers. I mean, you could either be Voldemort or you could be Harry, you know? If you know how to manipulate that wand, you can use it for good or evil. Okay, back to the movie. I was thoroughly confused often. There are moments where Dominica writes Katerina or whatever her alter ego was. And then at the pool, she gave her real name. Was that strategic because she knew that Nate would come looking and he would want to find out about her? Or was that the mistake of a newbie spy? She's green. It's her first time doing spy things. Maybe she's going to make obvious or not so obvious mistakes. I could not tell, really. And that's the thing with this movie. They often throw you between, oh, she just made a terrible mistake. She just revealed her identity. She did it out of weakness. Oh no, she did it out of strategy, and actually she's 10 steps ahead of the game. And that's what they want you to believe, because that speech between her and her uncle, right? That girlfriend is like always a step ahead of the game. Really though? I don't know if I could buy that. It would have been more credible and more enjoyable, more believable, if you will, if she was just fumbling often and then somehow caught up. And then I felt the same for the guy too. It was like a game of cat and mouse or not. I couldn't tell, because it seemed like, okay, so he knows that she's Dominica and she doesn't know that he knows, but then he tells her. So now she knows that he knows. But later on, you think, okay, but he doesn't know that she knows that he knows. That Sparrow, confused. The plot is just convoluted. I want to talk about that scene on the couch with Dominica and Nate real quick. She just waltzes in her little panties and just mounts him and has her way with him. And I was just like, oh my God, did she just rape him? I mean, he was clearly trying to struggle and she silenced him and had her way with him. And I had to have a discussion with a male counterpart about this because this was very confusing. In an era where we are now openly talking about sexual violence, thank God, finally, we need to have these discussions on consent. Because it's not okay when men do it, it shouldn't be okay when women do it. But he clearly was turned on. He was physically ready for the situation. And he could have thrown her off of him. He was strong enough. But she's a ballerina. I mean, if she wanted to grasp onto him tight, she could have. But we didn't see him struggle to free himself of her. And he seemed to enjoy it once it started. So, was it sexual assault? I'm just saying this was a murky scene and I don't want it to give anybody ideas. Consent is important. That's all I wanted to remind the world of. So ladies, if you're going to climb onto anybody and he says, wait, stop, you better wait and stop. He might say something like, I have gonorrhea. You should know I have HPV or herpes, so kiss me and at your own risk. I have 2 baby mamas already. I don't know, because it also seemed like they were unprotected. I didn't see her like strap on protection before she mounted that horse. Layers of don't do it. Just don't. So in the end, this movie is a love story. Who knew? Who wouldn't have seen that coming? It's a very twisted love story. And like I said, I still haven't made up my mind whether or not I enjoyed the movie. I'm torn. I'm going to say both. I hated it, you know? Or I loved it. There you go. I said what I had to say about Red Sparrow. It's your turn. Let's talk in the comment section. What did you think about Miss Red Sparrow? Sorry. Before you go, click on the like button, subscribe to Music Game News if you haven't already, and if you did subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you'll know when a new review drops. You want to know. Are there any other movies or TV shows you would like moi to review? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. I'm M Angel signing off.